Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Harlequin here. Welcome to another episode of The Last Stand. Happy fun time with Harlequin. That's right. I'm just going to do a quick recap. This is the second game in a row that I'm going to be playing here. Just a quick recap, and we'll go ahead and jump into that game here. So once again, I am playing as the level 20 Farseer, all decked out here with my black and white garb. And just a quick summary here, I am focusing this build around the runes of the Harlequin, doing nothing but confusing enemies, also using runes of the fortune to buff my allies. The rest of my stuff is only there for mana regeneration, durability, and speed and stuff like that. So that's how I'm going to be playing the Farseer for now, giving the mana regen aura to my team and all that. But I've got the same team here, so let's go ahead and jump into that game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just had a wonderful game with Mr. Kartoffel and Mr. Inferable here, and we're going to go ahead and try yet another one here. So last time we did the new map, which was Anvil of Khorne. This time we're going to go ahead and do the Bloodied Colosseum. So I'm pretty sure that they're playing the exact same characters they did last time. Inferable nearly went on to level 19, but we just finished beating Anvil of Khorne. So now we're going to go ahead and try our luck here with the Bloodied Colosseum. This is, of course, the original map. That was first available with The Last Stand, so we're going to go ahead and try that out here. It looks like we're loading up into the game right now. This map is a little bit different, most notably because of Wave 16. I might have talked about that a little bit when I was rambling on and on in the other one. So Wave 16 is tricky because you end up having to fight clones of yourself. You basically have to fight 3 heroes, and they're exactly you. Now, it's very nice having the Farseer. Oh yeah, loaded first. Sorry. It's very nice having the Farseer because my clone never uses the Confuse ability because that would be broken. It would be no fun because you'd never have control of your players. So my clone won't really do anything but buff them, so that'll help, I guess, a little bit. But it'll be tricky. We'll have to see how the Hive Tyrant and the Chaos Sorcerer work out in that scenario here. But this is kind of an easier one at first, so we'll probably just completely obliterate the first few levels, and then we'll have to see what happens. So I'm looking forward to it. Again, Kartoffel and Inferable were just 2 random dudes that I bumped into in general chat. This is, of course, going to be yet another The Last Stand happy fun time. So I'm going to go ahead and see what's up. Looks like they're already splitting up and grabbing. Normally I run down and grab, but I guess they're all over it today, so no worries there. And let's look around and see where the first wave is going to come from. Again, these first waves are kind of stupid, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and just, I guess I'll just confuse, give myself some armor, there we go, and yeah, already going to go ahead and just kind of get some orcs there. So I'll just stand here for a little while, use my combat expertise, maybe even take a sip of Cherry Coke Zero with key lime juice, one of my favorite gaming drinks of all time, since I don't need to do anything right now. I'm sorry, that's kind of rude. I've actually been casting the Last Stand games all day trying to get good recordings, so I apologize if my professionality is out of the window a little bit here, but I'm just kind of having a good old time playing this game, so why the hell not? Taking a look around right now, let's see, we do have some more things spawning down here. I believe these are Banshees. Oh, no, Tyranids first, then Banshees. I'll go ahead and grab some Tyranids here. But like I said, these early levels here are pretty easy. Hopefully we can get some high multipliers here. I'm trying to remember, there's a whole bunch of achievements for like getting certain numbers of points. I think I've got the 10 million points achievement. I can't quite remember though. Hopefully though, we can just keep the multiplier as high as possible. You can see here, I'm just going to stand here toe-to-toe with all these Hormagaunts and just kill them. I know it's taking a little bit of a toll on my hit points, but it's far more efficient just for me to just kill stuff early game rather than worry about like running around and trying to confuse people and whatnot. I'll worry about that like later on once they get a little bit tougher. But for now, I can easily deal with these guys in melee here. As you can see, we do have some friendly Termagants now, courtesy of Mr. Kartoffel, our Chaos Sorcerer. And oops, we lost control of that right-hand point there. I think I will confuse some of these Guardians. God damn it, I don't know why I even do that on the last hit. Never mind, Chaos Sorcerer will beat me to it every single time since he is a teleporting maniac. Again, I'm just going to start, trying to use my DPS to hurry these levels up. Also, because of the timer, you can see the timer clock moves down. It moves down by half a multiplier every single time, so 3, 2.5 to 1.5. So the quicker I can get these guys under control, the more points we get is what I'm trying to say. Although we're not going to get the 3 times multiplier. But that's fine. Don't really care that much about score. Once again, to recap here, if you guys are not familiar with this, obviously we're fighting wave after wave of troops here. There are 20 waves. Wave 16 happens to be a really tricky wave, though. And we're just trying to go for points here a little bit. So we get multipliers for various things and whatnot. I don't know. I'm kind of half explaining this game, and I'm half just playing it. Oh, look at me. Lucky me. I get a bunch of guardsmen here. So I'm going to go ahead and mind control some guardsmen. Again, I can't remember if I am going to put an intro in front of this that explains all this or not, so I'll just explain it again, because unfortunately there are no replays for this format, so I have to play everything live. And then I'll probably throw an intro up in the front. But again, my style of play as the Farseer is largely confusion-based. I pretty much use the Runes of the Harlequin, haha, which is the ability that gives me this confuse thing here. Costs 15 mana, and pretty much it just confuses enemies, makes them attack each other, stuff like that. It puts them onto a third team, basically. And I'll just use Fortune here to buff myself and buff my enemies. That gives me a defense bonus, gives my allies a defense bonus. And it's pretty useful, helps me out a little bit here. So in general, I'm speedy. I happen to do a good amount of melee damage when I do it, but for the most part, I run around, I mana regen. Oh, and I have a huge aura here that gives all of my allies mana regeneration as well. Let me go ahead and get some fortune up on that guy. And, oh yeah, here we go. We got this dude out here with the power hammer. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of control him randomly. Oh, never mind. That's actually our guy. It looks like courtesy of our Chaos Sorcerer's ability here to kind of clone units, we have one of him on our team right now. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and grab these warriors here. They're just going to run back and maybe, I don't know, get them out of the equation for the time being. I'll fortune myself up here. I'll confuse the second squad of Termagants. And we'll just go crazy with the cheese whiz here and just do some damage. Yeah, no problem at all. Look how good that guy is. I'm going to go ahead and control these warriors, because warriors are sometimes really annoying. Later on, especially, warriors like to do knockback and really annoying stuff like that. Chaos Sorcerer, you can see, very point conscious this game. He's making sure to cap these victory points every time they go down. And man, he really chose the right guy to clone there. So that's looking pretty good. He's doing a ton of damage. Man, look at that shot there. All right. We are on to wave 5 already, looking pretty good here. Again, our survival multiplier, this green one, goes up every single time that we survive a round. So I'm going to control, I'm going to fortify, and I'm just going to stand my ground for a little while here and try and do some damage. You can see these shooter boys are all just kind of shooting, well, at least one squad of them is shooting each other. And I'll take care of this other squad. Now I will swap and pick the other squad this time and have them turn around. And me and whoever this gentleman here is, he looks kind of like Gabriel Angelus, are just going to go ahead and chop away. I guess he's just a generic Force Commander model. Again, I kill really slowly. That's the one downside to a Farseer. A Farseer wins by, like, longevity, usually. Like, there are plenty of examples of games that I've played where I've been the only one alive, and I've just ran around like an idiot, confusing everybody, and just can outlast the computer as a result of the fact that they eventually all kill each other before they can ever kill me. But it's kind of an annoying way to play. So I try to just, whenever I can, I try to help out with some damage. Let's see here, going on to wave 7. Spawning up here on the right-hand side, controlling the Howling Banshees, we have the computer. All right, so Howling Banshees, unfortunately, they're stuck on me, so I'm going to run behind this weapons platform. When that first confuse wears off, I'll confuse this weapons platform team, and hopefully they'll start opening fire here on the Howling Banshees. I'm going to try and keep the Howling Banshees within their range of fire. But they are just not cooperating today. I don't know what any of that stuff is doing here. So unfortunately, that plan completely failed. But at least I've semi-distracted some of these guys. I'm going to go over here and poke this gentleman with my sword. Yeah, there we go. Along with my Howling Banshee chicks. And yeah, that's looking okay here. Again, I don't really need to buff any of my allies right now. They seem to not be taking any damage. Well, he's taking a little bit. Why not? I'll grab this weapons platform, and maybe I'll just go inside of a building for the time being here. Stop taking damage. There we go. Hanging out in the buildings. Shooting people with my pistol out the window. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'll throw Fortune back up here so I have some defense going into the next wave. All right, we're going into wave 8 now. Again, I actually really like these gentlemen here, Mr. Kartoffel and Inferable. I just kind of met in general chat, and they just randomly said, sure, you're looking to do a video and are tired of the fact that you always have to deal with having random people from the internet on your team? Sure. Now, notice what I did right here. I confused those guys right as they were trying to capture the victory point. No matter what's going on, they will always stop capturing and run off and do something else. So that's kind of a helpful way to do that. So anyhow, shout out to these two guys. They just kind of randomly decided to help try and make some last stand videos. Much easier doing it with a competently arranged team than it is trying to do it with just random teammates. Because especially if you're trying to do a commentary like me and you have to record every single game in order to get it right, just having one level 1 person on your team will make it a much shorter run than having a bunch of level 20 people. I really need to control this guy because he keeps knocking me back in. There we go. Control underway. And now we're going to beat them all up. Again, Chaos Sorcerer are doing a great job at doing that. Back when I used to have Fleet of Foot as part of my build, that would always be my job, but of course he can teleport, so that makes it a lot easier. And it looks like wave 8 is going to be done. Our multiplier is looking pretty okay. Look at this dead body here flopping all over the map right now. There we go. Who's still left here? I think we're killing like one last Hormigaunt or something. All right, so I'm going to charge headlong into this wave, see what's up there. Howling Banshee's good. I'll grab the first one and then run away. That's what I like doing, but unfortunately they stuck on me again. I'm going to buff up our Tyrannid friend here, and I like that we have a Zoanthrope on our side. Okay, I'm going to grab the weapons team here for once, just to see if I can get them to suppress some of the enemy here for the time being. I'm going to even buff this Zoanthrope here, because he looks like he's taking a lot of damage. I'd like to keep him alive. I'm gonna keep grabbing these weapons platforms. Oh yeah, look at, he's gonna turn around. We got Shuriken Cannon on Shuriken Cannon action going on here. I'm just gonna beat up this last remaining dude. Oops, we got some Warp Spiders here. Grab them. Gonna go ahead and give myself some fortune. Stab that man to death. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna grab these Warp Spiders. I'm tired of grabbing these weapons platforms. They just don't work out. Instead, I'm gonna get shot up by a whole bunch of Warp Spiders, so that's looking kind of tricky.